What is up, all my investors? It is ShPena, and I'm back again with another episode of HINANCE, breaking down the complexities of the financial world so that everyday average people like me and you can get to the cheddar, the moolah, the guala, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to break it down so that we can make some money. Today we're going to be talking about the stimulus package that will hopefully be passed by the time you finish this video. I'm going to be talking about Bitcoin. Should you invest? Should you not invest? And I'm going to be sharing some stocks that I think are going to be heating up. If not now, soon, by 2021, these stocks, I believe, will be heating up. So make sure you watch all the way to the end of the video so you don't miss no sauce for this recipe. Quick disclaimer before we move on. I am not a financial advisor. I do not give financial advice. Stop asking me in the comments, should you invest or should I tell you what stocks you should invest to? I don't know. I'm only here to wake you up. I'm only here to share to you what I'm doing. But if you want to gain some more knowledge and learn from other people and ask questions, we have a stocks group chat that I got going on right now. And if you want to know more information on it, just hit me in my DMs above in my Instagram, and I will give you all the details you need to join the stocks group chat where you can ask people for advice. You can ask questions. Just don't ask me in my comments or in my DMs asking me what you should buy. I don't know. I'm just here to put the information out there. You have to do your research and you have to decide. Now let's continue. I had to do just the audio version of the stimulus check because this news is moving so fast. Still updating, but we are getting a second stimulus check. $600 payments to individuals. Let's break it down. So we're going to do direct payments, $600 for adults and children, though not for adult dependents. The payments would begin phasing out at the incomes exceeding $75K. Unemployment insurance is going to go up to $300 a week, extended into March, 11 weeks into March. There will be state and local assistance. There's going to be a small business aid of $284 billion. Paycheck protection program. I'm assuming that's going to be loans. Rental assistance. $25 billion to help cover tenants' rents and utilities, including back payments. Wow. Extension. Evictions extended through January. Live entertainment. They're going to receive $15 billion. Wow, that's a bailout. A small bailout right there. Live entertainment, $15 billion. Small bailout. Transportation transit would get, wow, $45 billion. Amtrak, $2 billion. These are bailouts. Small bailouts. Vaccine gets $30 billion for distribution of the vaccine. I wonder what that is, distribution. And I'm wondering if that's going to bring in more jobs. Education, school aid gets $82 billion. Rental assistance, I think I already said it gets $25 billion. Nutrition bill includes $13 billion to increase the supplemental nutrition assistance program. Food stamps, okay. I was like, nutrition. Other funding, there's funding for farms. Yeah, so that about sums up what's on the $900 billion stimulus package, soon to be approved. Or probably already approved by the time you hear this. Bitcoin's here. Where do we start with Bitcoin? Should you invest in it? I mean, it really all depends on many things, and it's definitely at all-time highs right now, which is scary. I've watched Bitcoin go from 6,000 to 23K in less than a year. Huge jump. Cryptocurrency, obviously there's a future in cryptocurrency. Me personally, I just can't invest at this 23K level. I'm a long-term investor too at the same time. Like, this is going to be a decision that I'm either going to regret for the rest of my life, or I'm going to be very happy that I felt the way I feel. There's only two ways this thing can go. Two ways, right? I'm either going to regret it or I'm going to be very happy that I just felt how I feel. And I say that because to me, at the 23K level, it seems extremely high. I don't understand the value, especially when the Fed had recently come out to say that they don't see inflation happening at least for 4 years. 3-4 years. They're going to keep interest rates low for that period amount of time. And last time I checked, I thought Bitcoin was to hedge against inflation. So it gets a little confusing when the Fed is saying we're not going to see inflation for a couple years, but then you have Bitcoin reaching all-time highs. And, a little side note, because, you have to pay attention to history. Last time Bitcoin reached all-time high of 20K a couple years ago, it crashed a month later. So I can only expect, maybe, depending on what history has told us, that by January, Bitcoin will crash. How low? I don't know. I mean, if it kills half the valuation, I would maybe say buy in. I would definitely buy in at 11,000 for sure. But at the 23K, I'm a little wary. I don't understand how it makes money. I don't understand. We don't even have an infrastructure for it. Like, you can't pay nothing with Bitcoin. I do know Forex traders, they cash out through Bitcoin. But, like, you can't go to the store and be like, yo, I got 20K of Bitcoin, just charge it to my Bitcoin account. Like, we don't have that structure yet. So it's just still a little confusing for me. But if you have anything else that you want to share on it, please let me know in the comments below. Inform us all, because the reason why I didn't invest in it when I seen it at 6,000 or when I seen it at 11,000 is because I just didn't understand it. And for me, when I just don't understand something, I don't understand how it makes money, I just I like to sit in the stands when it comes to stuff like that. And what's interesting this week, your boy, well, my boy, our boy, if you're invested in Tesla, Mr. Elon Musk, if you believe in Elon Musk, put it in the comments below. Just put an Elon we trust in the comments below. That will let me know where you stand. He was kind of making fun of Bitcoin. If you would ask me, like, I took it as he was trying to be humorous, even saying that it was fiat money. And we're going to get into fiat money. That's going to be the word of the week for this week. It's fiat money. He called it fiat money. He also said, he also, and I'm going to pull up his Twitter. He says he's the former CEO of Dogecoin. So, like, I feel like he's making little funny remarks towards it to let everybody know where he stands on it. And if one of the brightest people in this world, which I think he is making fun of it, I start to feel better that I don't want to invest in it just yet. He called it Dogecoin. He called it fiat money. And, like, I think that was the topping for me. Obviously there's bigger hedge funds invested in it. Square's invested in it. PayPal's invested in it. Some of the bigger hedge funds have invested in it. But like I said, we're going to speak about fiat money a little bit down the road. Once those companies and big money managers decide they don't want to be part of Bitcoin, there goes most of the valuation right there. So let me know in the comments if you've seen Elon Musk's little Twitter jabs at Bitcoin. And if you think that he wasn't making fun of Bitcoin, please let me know in the comments below, because I could be wrong. I always play the fence. I could be wrong, but what I'm feeling right now is that Bitcoin is definitely overvalued. The way I see it, to simplify it a little bit more, it's like, let's say if me and everybody in this group chat, there's about almost 30 of us, if we got together and we said, hey, let's start printing our own bills. And we're going to say that the valuation of our bills are $100 million. Let's print them out. And if someone buys a bill from us, we're going to sell it for X amount, whatever. You can divide 100 million by how many bills you print out. And the minute that we decide to get rid of all of our bills, like, we don't want to have nothing to do with it, I would say that's when it loses its value. Because if the people that created it or that built the structure of it don't want to have anything to do with it, to me, I would say it really has no value. But other people may pick it up and bring value in it, find a value in it, but it really loses its value when the people who created the infrastructure, who set it up, who structured it, don't want nothing to do with it. I think that says a lot of things. Sometimes within this financial market, you have to read in between the lines, not just at what they're showing you. So hopefully you could take that into consideration if you are thinking about investing into Bitcoin at the 20K price. If you're in it already, then hey, and you've making a lot of money, great for you. I'm proud of you. This one's just one that I'm going to step back from because I'm a little scared of it, honestly. As mentioned, the word of the week is fiat money. It is a currency established as money that does not have intrinsic value. It's not backed by anything other than it has value because either the government backs it or there's a group of people that have a lot of money that say, hey, this is worth what we say it's worth. And the reason why I think that Elon Musk called it fiat money, and there's other things that are considered fiat money through my research. The U.S. dollar is somewhat considered fiat money, but I understand why the U.S. dollar stays up and remains valuable is because of just the way our economy runs. And the reason why I think that Elon Musk mentioned Bitcoin being fiat money is because the minute that these hedge funds that are hedging against inflation, that isn't, I guess, seen to come for another few years, the reason why he called it that is because the minute that these hedge fund managers and Square and PayPal, the minute that they don't want to be a part of Bitcoin, there's a good chance it's probably going to lose 50, 40, 30% of its valuation right there alone. That could be a year from now. That can be 6 months from now. That can be in a month from now. So fiat money is exactly what it is. And the reason why it has no intrinsic value is because it's not paper. It's not, you can't hold it. It's cryptocurrency. And that you got to be careful. You really got to be careful, especially when you're not part of the group that's throwing the party. You're going to get all the information late. You got to think about it, right? If you're part of the group that's throwing the party, you know everything that's going on. You know who's outside the door waiting. You know who's texting to get in. You know who's texting who's on their way. You know pretty much everybody that got let in. You know what drinks are available for people. You know where the backup drinks are, where the stash is. You know where the bathrooms are. You know where everything is. But if you are a newcomer to the party, let's say you walk in and you don't know anything. You don't know what time you don't even know what time the party's expected to end. You don't know who's who. You gotta ask people to find the bathroom. You have to ask people to find the punch that's available for everybody in the party. You need to ask people who's who. You know, you're getting information late. You don't even know if there's dangerous people in the party because you don't know nothing. You know what I mean? We are the normal people. I mean, I can only speak for myself. I'm not one of the people that is a part of this party. I'm a guest. So for this party, I'm going to kick it outside because I really feel like there's some crazy stuff that's going to happen in this party. And I'd hate to see my family, my people, lose money on this whole Bitcoin thing. I just think that, you know, if you can get profits, take your profits and just be very wary for this crash that might come in the Bitcoin world. I don't want none of my people to be a part of it, but you know, there's gamblers and then there's investors out here, and sometimes you can mix an investment for a gamble and a gamble for an investment. You know, no one's perfect, and we're just all trying. So yes, fiat money is the word of the week. Let me know if you've ever heard of it. Let me know if I enlightened you about something, if it made you open your eyes. I'm open to hear about everything. If there's also any other words that you don't know or you want me to break it down a little bit better, just put them in the comments below, and I will be happy to give my thoughts on the word. Now, let's get into stocks that I think are heating up or will heat up in 2021. We're going to be talking about some banking stocks, some airlines, and a material stock that I think all these stocks should be on your watch list. Just more opportunity, more and more opportunity, but always do your own research because I ain't a financial investor. I'm just not. I'm me. I'm Shaddai from ShPena. That's what I am. So let's get right into it. Bank stocks, I feel like, have been getting like pushed to the side. They haven't been cool. They haven't been popular to talk about. I don't even think anybody in the group chat even speaks about bank stocks. They're not in the headlines. They haven't been all year. But if some people remember, the banks, a lot of the banks passed the stress test that took place, I think, in September, October, November, one of those months. Do your research. You can Google it, man. Y'all got the Google box in your hand. But yes, a lot of banks passed the stress test, but people still aren't hyping banks. They're still not hitting the headlines. So here are some banks that I think that you should put on your watch list because I really think they could heat up or start to gain more traction than they've already had. The first one's going to be Bank of America. Your boy Warren Buffett never let go of all his Bank of America, but he did let go of his Wells Fargo. I think that tells you something. Stay away from Wells Fargo, by the way. They are just an odd company. So Bank of America, I think, has potential. JP Morgan has great structure and great backing. A lot of big minds with big money behind JP Morgan. Sorry for switching up the voice right there. That was a little weird, but it just naturally happened. The third stock I'm going to speak about is going to be Square. And it's not a bank, but it is disruptive innovation towards the banking industry. So if you want to hedge against the banks, you go with a Square. Maybe a PayPal. I wouldn't really say PayPal. I think Square has more strength, and that's because they're tapped into small businesses. You can pay cash. People use Cashapp. And I think one day you're going to be able to make payments to businesses through Cashapp, and that would just wrap the circle complete and would just take them to a whole nother level. But it's not far fetched. I think that's somewhere in the near future for their plans to do. So those are some bank stocks you should watch. Next time we're talking about airlines. Airlines, y'all know I've mentioned JetBlue for some time now. And maybe, I don't know if $14 is the perfect price to get in right now. There could potentially be another pullback. But I think JetBlue is a good airline to look at. Another one that you should put on your watch list, this is a new one I'm going to speak about, is Alaska Air. They're still down 27% on the year. They also bring in additional money through like freight, like shipping and just being part of the shipping world. So they make extra money aside from passengers. They make extra money shipping packages and stuff for, what company? I guess that's for you to do your research if you think Alaska Air deserves to be on your watch list. The next stock I'm going to be talking... Let me talk about, sorry, I almost lost my life right there. Let me talk about some technology stocks. And the first one I mentioned, the one I've spoken about for a while. Listen, they hit $7 at one point within the last month. I bought in, and I was telling people about it. I said it was going to get up to $10, $11, $12. It's going to be Zynga. And I still think there's still upside because their big moment will be their next quarter report. And I think we're a little bit of ways time from that. And that still leaves opportunity to buy. But they're very close to hitting the $10 mark. This week alone, they've shot up, I think like 940 something or 60 something. Don't quote me on that. But Zynga, like I said, they're the world leading mobile game creator. When you're the world leading, where's the comp? Where is the comp? I think Roblox might be their only comp. So make sure you put Zynga on your watch list finally. Another one is an ETF, ARK Innovation. I've spoke about them already. ARK Innovation ETF. They hold stocks like Square. They hold stocks like Slack. They hold stocks like Roku, which is killing it right now. Roku is slamming. I still have my original dollar that I invested last year when I first got in the market into Roku. I'm still invested into Roku after a year. If I was smarter then, I would have invested so much more. But they're about like 10% in the communications, 10% in technology, and 10% in healthcare, maybe a little bit more. All this can be found online with your Google box. I'm just throwing stuff out there that just come into my mind. But I think ARK Innovation is a great ETF to hold. Kathy Woods, she runs the show over there. And like I've mentioned in my videos before, I do think that when you're deciding to pick an ETF, make sure you do your research on who manages that. What have they done? How much experience do they have? You have to make sure that whoever's running these management ETFs, managing the ETFs, that they know what they're doing, because you don't want to just be investing. Like you don't want to invest in or bet on a Ferrari that has a first time driver in it versus someone in a Honda Civic that has turbo with an experienced driver. Like you got to think about. I try to put these analogies so you can think of how I'm thinking. Like you got to make sure you're investing in a Ferrari. If you're going to bet on the race, invest in a Ferrari that has an experienced driver behind it. That's all I'm saying. So watch them out. Let me know if there's any other ETFs that we should be watching. I should be letting the people know about. Let me know in the comments below, because I'm just going to share. And the last stock I'm going to talk about is in the materials sector. Vail. I still don't know how to pronunciate it, but I do know that I spoke about it before, and I told people, I said it was going to be on my watch list. And the day that I was supposed to buy in, I wasn't looking at my phone. I got distracted. They say we can't time the market, and it's just true. You just can't time the market. I think Vail is a great company to hold. I think that they're going to do lots of great work for the EV market. And the EV market, as we know, is still in full growth mode and has so much more room to grow with the help from Vail supplying the nickel for the electric batteries. It's going to be like boom, boom. But let me know in the comments below if you think anything different, or if there's any other stocks that I should be watching that I should give my opinion on. Let me know below so we can get that going. And if I've missed any stocks that I told you I was going to mention, just remind me in the comments below. Sorry, I got a lot of stuff I got to do. I may miss some stock opinions, especially if I've never heard of the stock. I may miss it, and I'm very sorry. I do appreciate you all for watching. I even forgot to give my appreciation at the beginning of the video. I appreciate you all for watching, and especially if you're still watching at this point. I'm speaking a little fast. That's what I'm trying to wrap this video up. But I appreciate you all for watching. I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas week. Bless you all. Stay safe, stay solid, and stay smart. And don't forget to take your profits. Take some Christmas profits. You deserve it, fam. You deserve it. You deserve your Christmas profits. I'll see y'all.